course, Archie's not the first man to win over Peggy's heart, but they've led her to more heartbreak than wedding cake.
Peggy Mitchell probably has got about the worst taste in men of any soap character.
If you presented her with the best man in the world for her, she probably would turn him down because she likes a little bit of danger.
She's got an irresistible attraction to a bad boy or a wrong-un.
She likes her men suited and booted. That's how she likes them.
Back in 1996, Peggy's first Albert Square squeeze was that old charmer, George Palmer.
Oh, hello. What are you doing here?
I've got a surprise for you.
Oh, I know the kind of surprises men have for girls in cars.
Peggy's a romantic. She likes to be treated like a lady. She doesn't ask too much from her men, really, only that they look after her and that they treat her nice.
George is a businessman.
Oh, well, he certainly is a business, I'll give you that. So, is it love?
We're getting to know one another. It's called courting.
I don't care what it's called. I know a twinkle in the eye when I see one.
He seemed lovely until we sort of realised that he was sort of up to his necks in dodgy deals and criminal activities and was hiding it all from Peggy.
Why did you lie to me, George?
What?
I know all about it. What you are, what you've been up to.
No, I don't know what...
Don't insult me with more lies, George. All the time we've been together, you deceived me.
No.
Don't try and wriggle out of it.
I'm not going to. I was trying to protect you. That's why I didn't tell you.
Well, save your breath.
She doesn't mind if her family are murdering swines, as long as they tell her, and so she can take control of it. What she couldn't take was the lack of trust, that he couldn't confide in her about the dodgy dealings that he had.
I was going to tell you tonight that I wanted us to live together.
Oh, Peggy, we still can. Nothing's changed. Not really. If you'd let me...
No. Get out my pub. I don't ever want to see you again.
You don't cross Peggy Mitchell. It was get out of my pub and he was sent off on his way.
When we got married, I took the marriage vows. In sickness and in health, I said I'd do.
In '99, Peggy Mitchell became Mrs. Frank Butcher.
Did you drop the keys off with Mel?
Yes, my little handbrake.
Peggy and Frank was a really inspired combination to put together. Because originally, for quite a while, they couldn't stand the sight of each other. And then slowly the relationship sort of thawed.
You're a wise woman, Peggy Mitchell. Kiss me immediately.
Frank had all the chat and was a charmer and a rogue and made her feel special.
To Peggy, my wife, I love you.
And so that was it. Fine, I thought this suits me. Nah, you're too comfortable, Miss Windsor.
Unfortunately for Peggy, Frank's heart lay elsewhere.
Underneath the bluster and the hat, he was found wanting. And obviously, you know, a bit of a soft spot for Pat.
The sun, the sangria, who knows what it was. Frank fell again for his first love and his only love. And that was the beginning of their affair.
I think they were planning to run away together, Pat and Frank, until Peggy discovered the letter cowardly Frank had written, kind of explaining that, you know, he was going and he weren't never coming back.
There's something I'd like to read out to you. It's from Frank here. And it's to me. It was everybody. That's what she wanted, which is what they like in EastEnders. Any announcements in front of the whole pub. But it did warrant that. She did want everyone to know. Perhaps there's a small part of you that is aware that no matter how hard I've tried, I've never quite been able to stop myself loving Pat.
Peggy took revenge on both of them, humiliating him in front of everyone.
Frank shamed, Pat shamed. Frank slapped, Pat slapped. It was the best cat fight ever.
So, all it remains for me is to present the prizes. Oh. Hope you all enjoyed the fireworks. Good night.
Thank you and good night, Peggy. That'll show them.
But 2001 saw the arrival of Harry Slater, the most sinister smoothie of them all.
Peggy Mitchell.
Hello, Peggy Mitchell.
Hello, Harry.
Harry's got one of the biggest bars in Menorca.
Oh, very nice. Better weather than Wolford, eh? She had nobody, and this man came into her life totally wrong, and I think she knew it all the time. But, you know, at the end of the day, she likes a man with her.
There's a lovely matinee at the Pictures in town. Popcorn, chocolate, back row. You deserve it.
I'll just go and powder me nose.
Charlie Slater did doff his little cap and had a little play at Peggy himself, but she couldn't settle for a cab driver. I mean, deep down, she's a bit of a snob, is all Peggy.
People used to say to me in the streets about Harry, they said, you're with the wrong Slater. It should be Charlie Slater. I say, no, he's too boring, too nice for Peggy. Peggy wants excitement.
Poor old Charlie gets his heart broken and goes and cries in his cab. And Harry walks away with the spoils.
When I met Peggy, I realised I'd found the perfect lady. So you can imagine how pleased I was recently when Peggy, after much persuasion, agreed to come to Menorca with me.
Congratulations.
They had a whirlwind romance until all the terrible Slater secrets came spilling out.
You don't rule my life. You're not going to Spain, and that's that. Why not? Because I said so, all right? And I have to do everything you say, do I? No, you can't tell me what to do. You ain't my mother!